शुक्लांबरधरं विष्णुं शशिवर्णं चतुर्भुजं प्रसन्नवदनं ध्यायेत् सर्वविघ्नोपशान्तये। ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि। ॐ सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां। शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः। ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। Stanza 12. आत्मा साक्षी विभु पूर्ण एको मुक्तश्चिदक्रियः असंगो निस्पृहः शांतो भ्रमात् संसारवानिव। Actually, our true nature, Atma Swarupa, the I, is ever free from samsara, because the very Swarupa, the true nature of Atma is such that samsara cannot be anywhere near it, nor can any connection with samsara be there. Then why do we experience this Sukha Dukkhatmaka samsara? Atma Brahmat Samsaravan Iva. On account of this Brahma, Brahma is Tadatmya, identification with the embodiment, the Upadhi, on account of ignorance. As a result of that, what we perceive ourselves, what we experience ourselves is as samsari, though in reality we are totally free from samsara. Now, this wrong notion or this Brahma that I am the body, etc., I am a samsari, I suffer, I enjoy, all this is there since anadikala, since beginningless time. So even now, by proper inquiry, one discovers that I am not the body, etc. I am the Chaitanya Swarupa. The old habits, the old samskaras of taking the body, etc. as I still continues, as a result of which, in spite of knowledge of Atma Swarupa, the seeker is not able to experience or enjoy that Paramananda Swarupa of oneself right now here. For that, nididhyasana is recommended. Shastra prescribes the nididhyasana. So this is what is told in the Avrittihi Asakrit Upadeshat. Brahma Sutra says this, there is Avritti. So one has to take to repeated practice of Shravana, Manana and Nididhyasana to the point of one's necessity. Why? Asakrit Upadeshat. In the Upanishad itself, the Upadesha, advice, is repeatedly given as Atma Vare Shrotavyaha. One has to take to Shravana, inquiry. Mantavyaha has to take to reflection to get the doubts cleared. Shravana is to ascertain the Atma Swarupa. Manana is to get freed from the doubts. Nididhyasana, repeatedly one has to dwell or one has to take to Chintana, Bhavana, the meditation on Atma Swarupa by eliminating the Vijatiya Vritti Pravaha and entertaining the Sajatiya Vritti Pravaha, which can make oneself directly appreciate the Atma Swarupa. Such practice is necessary. So repeated practice is indispensable. And from that standpoint, so the Guru, the Master, Ashtavakra, again and again, so points out one's own Swarupa so that one can repeatedly dwell on it. One can take to the meditation, contemplation, and nididhyasana of Atma Swarupa. So this is being emphasized now. Next stanza. Kutastham bodham advaitam atmanam paribhavaya abhasoham brahmam muktva bhavam bahyamathantaram. Different modes by which one can appreciate one's Swarupa in terms of nididhyasana, so that the mind can get absorbed in the Chiti. Chiti Vishrama was told, Atma Swarupa, which is Chaitanya Swarupa, that Chiti Vishrama can be gained, the mind can get absorbed in the Atma Swarupa. Abhasaha aham, add iti, brahmam muktva, bahyam bhavam, again muktva, atha antaram, again bhavam, again muktva, kutastham bodham advaitam atmanam paribhavaya. O disciple, please take to nididhyasana, take to contemplation in this manner. First, what is it? Abhasaha aham iti brahmam muktva. Muktva, having given up, having abandoned. Parityajya, what? The Brahma, the delusion, the wrong notion, the erroneous notion. What is that? Aham, I am what? Abhasaha. Here abhasa means upadhi. Abhasa also can mean fallacious appearance, which is truly not you, but you are mistaking it to be I. So therefore abhasa here means upadhi. So I am this upadhi embodiment at the gross level, subtle level and causal level. Sthula sharira, sukh sharira, karana sharira. This Brahman, this delusion, muktva, having totally abandoned, so for which a clue is given, how to give it up. So what means can be taken to, so that I can give up the identification with the embodiment. For that, better you do this. What is it? Bahyam bhavam muktva. The bahya bhava. So bahya bhava here is bahya padartha vishaya. The external things being taken as I, in the sense, mama, I am the body, this is my body, mama idam dehadi. Aham dehaha, I am the body, or this is my body, this belongs to me, these are my properties, so this is my relation. So like this, that means the bahya padartha vishaya bhavam. Here bhava is brahma, delusion, supposition in terms of identification. So this Brahma supposition with respect to the external things, including the body, atha, then antaram bhavam muktva, having given up antara brahma. What is the antara brahma? I am sukhi, means whatever available is directly in the antakarana. I am sukhi, I am happy, I am dukhi, so I am dukhi, I am mudha, I am a fool, I am a aviveki. So like this, antara padartha vishaya. So bhava, the brahma with respect to the inner things like sukha, dukkha, viveka, aviveka, all these things, antaram bhavam, the inner brahma. So muktva, having given up, means first. So ascertain for certain that you can never be the external upadhis nor the internal upadhis. Then kutastham bodham advaitam atmanam paribhavaya. Paribhavaya chintaya means take to nididhyasana by giving up all other thoughts in the mind, taking only those types of thoughts which can make you appreciate the Atma Swarupa. And what is that Atma Swarupa? Kutastham. So Kutastha. So Kutastha means that which is always the same without undergoing any change whatsoever. So Kutastham. So with Kutastha means like an anvil. On the anvil, you keep the red hot iron and hammer it to give a proper shape. But the anvil doesn't change, it is the same as such. Or Kutastha means that. So therefore Kutastha is without any vikara, without any parinama. Also Kutastha can mean Kute tishtati iti Kutastha. This Atma, Brahma, is abiding where? In the Kuta. Kuta means this Maya, in this deceptive Maya, in this deceptive creative power, that which abides, that also is called Kutastha. In short, Kutastha in this context means Akarta. The Karta is the one who ever undergoes the change, and he is the author of the samsara on account of Ajnana. So Kutastha all the time same without undergoing any change whatsoever. So therefore Kutastham means Akartaram. Bodham, which is the Bodha. What is that Bodha? Swaprakasha Chiti. So which is Asanga, the Chaitanya, the knowledge principle, which is self-luminous and which is Asanga, not connected to the entire creation beginning from Ahankara onwards. So that Bodham, Advaitam, which self is non-dual, the Jagat is false, mithya in nature. What is there is only the all-pervasive Paramatma Swarupa, Atma Swarupa, which is one without the second. That is what the final truth in reality, though in Vyavahara, on account of ignorance, the Jagat appears to be there. So Advaitam Atmanam, this Atmanam, Paribhavaya, Paribhavaya, thoroughly meditate on that. Pari also can be taken as Samantat. Samantat means from all sides, or which is everywhere, Vyapaka. So this Atma, which is Vyapaka, which is all pervasive, and that alone is there, which is your Swarupa. Please meditate on that, contemplate on that, take to the nididhyasana of that, because the wrong notion that I am the body, etc., are so deeply rooted in our psyche that repeated nididhyasana is necessary to take to the direct cognition of one Swarupa, eliminating this erroneous identification with the body which has become a habit to us. So because this dehabhimana, identification of the body is beginning from the beginningless time. So taking to nididhyasana one day or 1 week is not going to totally help to make the mind get absorbed in the Swarupa. Again and again, the master advises again and again to take to this nididhyasana and once forever destroy that identification with the embodiment. Next stanza. Dehabhimana pashena chiram baddhosi putraka bodhoham jnana khadgena tannikritya sukhi bhava. Putraka means O Shishya, O dear disciple. Shishya is considered as the son or the daughter. So Putraka, O Shishya. Dehabhimana pashena tvam chiram baddhaha asi. Asi means tvam, you already automatically comes there. O disciple, dear disciple, you are chiram baddhaha asi. Chiram, bahukalam, anadikalana, from the beginningless time. So you are bound, you are identified with the anatma, the embodiment, not knowing your true swarupa, the chiti swarupa, shuddha vishuddha bodha, that you don't know, and you are identified with this embodiment. Chiram baddha, bound. How? Dehabhimana pashena. By the pasha, the fetter, the bondage of Dehaha aham iti abhimanena. Dehabhimana is Deha is I, such notion. By the wrong notion that the body, gross, subtle, causal, is me, by such wrong notion that itself is pasha, the binding thing, the tie for you, the fetter for you, with that abhimana pashena. For a long time means from the beginningless time you are bound. So what is to be done now? Now redress. Have the reversal of it. So get rid of that wrong notion. Aham bodhaha iti jnana khadgena. By this knowledge. So what knowledge? Aham, me is what? Bodha. What bodha? Chidrupaha aham. I am the Chaitanya Swarupa, totally free from Deha, etc., which are erroneously superimposed on Atma Swarupa, Chaitanya Chit. So that Bodha Swarupa, Asanga also was told earlier. So Chidrupaha aham iti jnana khadgena. Such knowledge itself is taken as a sword. So sword, because destruction of this dehabhimana pasha is involved. So therefore jnana khadgena tannikritya. Tat. What is that tat? Dehabhimana pasha. Identification with the embodiment. So that tan nikritya. Nikritya nitaram chitva. Having totally cut asunder, or having totally removed, or having totally subdued, tan nikritya sukhi bhava. Sukhi bhava, this phrase comes repeatedly. It was the meaning we have already seen. Prapta paramanandaha bhava. Be the one who has directly discovered, who has gained the Paramananda Swarupa, which is your own true self, the I, Atma. So, Sukhi Bhava. Now, in this context, the Guru Ashtavakra is dispelling one wrong notion which is prevalent among the Patanjala Mata. See, Patanjali gave the Patanjali Sutra, Yoga Sutras. Patanjala Yoga is a technique to control the mind. It's a technique to make the mind get absorbed in the Dheya. That is why it is called as Chitta Chikitsaka Shastra. It is a Shastra, a scripture, which gives you the means by which the melody of the mind can be set right. So in terms of making it get absorbed in a Dheya. To this extent, Vedanta certainly accepts the Patanjala Yoga as a technique, as a Chitta Chikitsaka Shastra. But what is here in mind of the author or the Guru is the Patanjala Mata, a philosophy that cropped up after Patanjali. So what does it say? So according to them, Jagat is real. So the entire Jagat is real. And Atma, I, is connected to Jagat. So Atma, I, is connected to Jagat in the sense it Atma is Sasangaha and not Asangaha. Atma has got connection with the Jagat and not totally distinct from that. And therefore, Jagat being real, to get freed from Jagat, what you should do? All the time you have to take to Samadhi, which is Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Means I, with that I, taking the embodiment as the I, has to take to different means by which the mind has to be withdrawn from the entire Jagat and one has to dwell in Samadhi, because why? The Jagat is real and the real Jagat is going to give you samsara, sorrow. So this is not accepted by the Vedanta. So from that standpoint, he says, Sani, do you know who you are? You have nothing to do with the Jagat. You are totally unconnected with that. You are totally free from the Prapancha. And that being the case, so the Samadhi, so that means practicing the Samadhi as in the Patanjala Mata itself is another bondage. You know why the another bondage? First you take yourself to the body and then to run away from the Jagat, you are taking to the Samadhi, which is not so. A word of caution here. To make the mind get absorbed in the Chaitanya Swarupa I. What is Chiti Vishrama was told. Patanjali Yoga is also a very useful technique. Vedanta doesn't deny that. But knowing fully well, based on the Upanishads, the Shastra, that you are totally free from all the upadhis and the entire Jagat, including you are free from the Ajnana and Ajnana Karya. Then only to make the mind absorb, the Patanjali Yoga is taken as a means and not taking yourself to be the embodiment, etc., Jagat real, and therefore always take to Samadhi, which is wrong. Next stanza. Nissango nishkriyosi tvam swaprakasho niranjanaha ayameva hi te bandhaha samadhimanutishthasi. Tvam nissangaha nishkriyaha asi. Because swaprakashaha niranjanaha asi. Ayam evahi te bandha, add yat samadhim anutisthasi. Again I am repeating, what is being refuted is the samadhi without the atma jnana. If atma jnana is there, samadhi, the total absorption of the mind in the atma swarupa is the much covetable thing, much desirable thing. But without that knowledge, simply taking to samadhi is not a solution, because for moksha there is no other upaya than atma jnana. So that should be kept in the mind. Tvam, O you disciple, you in your real nature is who? You are nissangaha. Tvam vastutaha. Vastutaha means in reality you are nissangaha. Nissangaha sarva sambandha shunyaha asi. You are totally free from any connection whatsoever with anything in the creation, including your body and ahankara. Nissangahasi, you are sarva sambandha shunyasi, you are free from any contact, any connection whatsoever. Not only that, you are nishkriyaha asi, you are kriyarahitaha, karma rahitaha. You, Atma, being free from upadhi, no karmas are possible. No karmas means no karma phala. No karma phala means no sukha dukkha. Bhoga means no samsara. You are totally free from samsara. Nishkriyaha asi. What is the reason for that? Yasmat, because of this reason. Because you are swaprakashaha. The reason why you are nissanga and nishkriya is given in these two words, swaprakashaha, niranjanaha. So you are swaprakashaha. Swaprakasha, self-luminous knowledge principle, not dependent on anything whatsoever. You and you alone is swaprakashaha and niranjanaha. Niranjanaha, the one who is free from all upadhi, sarvopadhi vinirmuktaha, the one who is free from all the upadhis whatsoever, or niranjanaha can be taken as prapancha mala sambandha shunyaha, one who has no connection whatsoever with this mala, the mala of prapancha, the filth of this prapancha. You have no connection whatsoever. Niranjana, immaculate, what we call pure, immaculate. Swaprakashaha niranjana. Then what is the problem? How this bondage has come? This itself is your bondage. Ayam eva hite bandha. This itself is the bondage. What is that? Yat, whatever that you take to what? Samadhim anutisthasi. You are practicing samadhi, means without atma jnana, you are taking to samadhi. What is happening here? I, me, so and so. And what does that mean now? Identified with the embodiment. I take to, so yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, samadhi. And I have accomplished samadhi. So I have accomplished samadhi. Again, you are in the realm of samsara only. You don't know your true nature. So therefore, so what is being refuted here or pointed out as a mistake is taking to the practice of samadhi without atma jnana, taking the jagat as real, atma as sasanga. That is not the correct thing, because know yourself, know your true nature, that you are nissanga, nishkriya, because swaprakasha niranjana. So therefore, you are this Chaitanya Swarupa, Chiti Swarupa, Shuddha, Buddha Swarupa. So from the end, Therefore, that erroneous identification with the upadhi has to be totally eliminated to make the mind be steadfastly absorbed, be absorbed or be steadfast in the Chit Swarupa Atma. So this is now, that means you have to get rid of this erroneous identification with the embodiment and make the mind get absorbed in the Chiti Swarupa, you Chaitanya. This topic is being now concluded with the two shlokas, that is 16 and 17. Tvaya vyaptamidam vishvam tvai protam yatharthataha shuddha buddha swarupastvam magama kshudra chittatam. Idam vishvam tvaya vyaptam. Idam vishvam tvaya vyaptam. Again take idam. Idam again vishvam tvai protam. Tvai protam. Tvam yatharthataha shuddha buddha swarupaha kshudra chittatam ma gama. Kshudra chittatam ma gama. You are this. Idam vishvam. This entire jagat tvaya vyaptam is pervaded by you who is Shuddha Bodha Swarupaha, who is Chiti Swarupaha, who is Chaitanya Swarupaha. You. So it is like the gold pervading all the golden ornaments. So gold permeates in and through all the golden ornaments like that. So you are the one who pervades the entire jagat, in the sense Asti, existence, Bhati, knowledge principle, Priyam, Ananda, all these that is there in the world is nothing but you, the Atma only. Again, Tvai, Idam Vishwam, this Jagat is what? Tvai Protam. It is centered in you, it is fastened in you, it is tied in you, like in mud the pots, pitchers, pan, etc. are centered. This is two ways there. You are in and through the entire Jagat. The entire Jagat is totally centered on you because you are the very basis, the adhisthana for entire Jagat. So just as the pots etc. made up of mud are centered in mud, the entire Idam Vishwam is centered in you. So the Protam is centered in you. Tvam, you, in reality, Yatharthatah. Yatharthatah means Paramarthatah. In reality, Paramarthatah, you are this. What is this? Shuddha Buddha Swarupaha. You are Shuddha. Shuddha means pure. How pure? Free from ignorance, avidya, and the effect of ignorance, that is avidya karya, that is prapancha. You are free from ajnana and its product, the prapancha. These have nothing to do with you. Or in other words, you are totally free from the drishya jagat which is superimposed on you. Again, you are Shuddha Buddha Swarupa. Buddha is Swarupa here is Swaprakasha Chidrupaha Asi. So you are the one who is Swaprakasha Chidrupa. So you are Swaprakasha Chidrupaha, the self-luminous knowledge principle. So self-luminous knowledge principle. See, earlier it was told, you pervade the Jagat. The Jagat is centered in you. So what is it? Means Jagat is something which is superimposed on you. And now it is said, you are Shuddha Buddha Swarupaha, means totally free from the prapancha. This is the methodology the Vedanta adopts, what is called as Adhyaropa Apavadabhyam Nishprapancham Atma Tattvam Prapanchate or Upadishyate. So, to make one discover the Atma Swarupa, so the entire Jagat is first superimposed on Atma Swarupa, because Atma Swarupa is the very basis, adhisthana for entire Jagat. But Jagat is not Atma, so therefore it needs to be eliminated, it needs to be negated. That is Apavada. Adhyaropa first, Apavada. It is just like in botanical laboratory some many times, if you want to see the vivid features of a botanical specimen under a microscope, it becomes difficult because that specimen is colorless. So the method adopted is you put a pigment in it, some color in that specimen. With the colors, all these features becomes very vivid, you can see through the microscope. But in your understanding, you know for certain that specimen is free from that color. So you add the color, Adhyaropa, and in understanding, you remove the color, Apavada. So like that, directly we cannot cognize our Swarupa because we are so familiar with the world. So therefore first the Atma Swarupa is pointed out with respect to the world as the very basis, the adhisthana on which Jagat is superimposed. Finally, to know the Swarupa, the Jagat being not the feature of Atma, so that is eliminated, that is Apavada. So this is the method, famous method adopted by Vedanta, Adhyaropa Apavada. So by that, the Atma Tattva, what Atma Tattva? Nishprapancham, totally free from prapancha. So that is being now advised, that is being now elaborated. So that method is also adopted here. So you are totally free from this prapancha, Shuddha Buddha Swarupaha Tvam, and this being the case, Kshudra Chittata Magama. Don't take to the Kshudra Chittata. Literally Kshudra Chittata means mean-mindedness. So mean-mindedness. What is that mean-mindedness? By taking the Anatma as you, not knowing your Swarupa. Means here Kshudra Chittata is Viparita Chittavritti, and contrary, adverse Chittavritti, wherein not knowing your Swarupa, that is Nishprapancha Atma Swarupa, you take yourself to be the drishya jagat, the upadhi, etc. This magama. Magama means makarshihi. Don't do it, in the sense, please do not entertain such a wrong notion of taking the embodiment as I and the Jagat as real. No, you are the Shuddha Buddha Swarupa, totally free from this prapancha. Please take to such nididhyasana, such chintana. Now see, as individuals, we are always subjected to few things. Like what? Shadvikaras, 6 types of changes, modification. Again, hunger, thirst, etc. They recur, they come in cycle. The cyclics, that hunger, thirst, shoka, moha, etc. we get subjected to. So how can we be so Shuddha Buddha Swarupa, etc.? No, you are totally free from Shadvikaras, and also that hunger, thirst, etc. called as Shad Urmayaha, called as Shad Urmayaha. Nirapeksho nirvikaro nirbhara shitalashayaha agada buddhirakshubdho bhavachinmatra vasanaha. You are this Nirapekshaha, Nirvikaraha, Nirbharaha, Shitalashayaha, Agada buddhi, akshubdhaha, add ataha, chinmatra vasanaha bhava. Chinmatra vasanaha bhava. So what is this nirapeksha, etc.? Let us say one by one. So you are nirapeksha. Nirapeksha literally means independent, not dependent on anything whatsoever. Means Ashana pipasadi shadurmi samsargatitaha. You are totally free from samsarga, any connection whatsoever with shadurmi. Shadurmi means 6 waves. What are those? Ashana, pipasa, etc. They are Ashana, pipasa, Ashana, pipase, shoka, mohau, jara, mrityu. See, so long as we have got the embodiment, we are always subjected to this. What are those? Ashana. Ashana is the hunger. Pipasa, the thirst. See, who can get rid of that? So long as the body is there, hunger and thirst is bound to be there. They are bound to be there, and they do come in cycle. Then shoka, moha. Shoka is manasastapaha, the anguish. Manasastapaha, the anguish, the affliction, the sorrow, the misery. So you can never avoid this. So long as the body is there, there's bound to be there. Shoka is there. Moha. What is moha? Viveka bhavaha, absence of the viveka. So that is shoka, moha are there. Jara, mrityu, old age and death. Old age also applies to janma, marana. Janma, marana. So these are called urmis. Urmi means wave. Just as in the ocean, the waves come incessantly. You can never expect the ocean to be free from waves. So likewise, so long as the embodiment is there, these waves are bound to be there. Ashana, pipase, shoka, mohau, jara, mrityu. O disciple, you in your real nature is what? Totally unconnected, asansargaha, sansargatitaha, free from any connection whatsoever with this Shadurmi. That itself is, think of it. If suppose hunger and thirst were not there, much of the problem will be solved. Of course, not that you have some disease and therefore hunger and thirst are not there, not that way. So, because see, much of the effort is necessary to feed the body, to keep it going on. So like this, you are free from that. That is Nirapekshaha, independent of this Shadurmi. You are Nirvikaraha. You are free from Shadvikaras. They are Jayate, born. Asti is. Asti is here. After being born, continuing to be existent. But this is not absolute existence. Atma is an ever-existent principle. That is not Asti here. That is called as Sat. So here Asti means having been born continues to exist for a certain period is. Vardhate, grows. Viparinamate means grows old or be aged. Or Viparinamate can mean to undergo a change for the worse. All these meanings can be applicable. To undergo any change for the worse. Viparinamate, apakshiyate, decays or becomes emaciated. Apakshiyate, finally vinashyati, totally gets destroyed. So these are the Shadvikaras that are told by Yaska, etc. So you have no samsarga, you have no connection whatsoever with this Shadvikara. So therefore you are Nirvikaraha. Further, you are Nirbharaha. Nirbharaha. What is Nirbharaha? So it means you are Chidghana Rupaha. So Bharaha here means filled with. Ghana Rupa means Nirbhara here is you are Chidghana Rupaha means you are nothing but Chit and Chit alone. Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. You are Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. So Nirbharaha. Shitalashayaha. Shitalaha ashayaha cha. Shitala. Literally Shitala means what? Cool and cool. And cool is always, generally cool is comforting. So therefore here Shitalaha means Sukharu Swarupaha. You are nothing but Ananda Swarupa. So Shitalaha means Sukha Swarupaha. Ashayaha. So you are Ashaya. Ashaya literally means abode or a seat. So what is this? You are seat or abode means till moksha, Jagat is there or not? Yes. So till moksha, Jagat is going to be there. So until moksha, so long as the Jagat is there, you are the one who is the one who pervades and permeates in and through the entire Jagat. That way you are the one with the Adhisthana, the very basis for entire Jagat. So that being the case, Ashayaha. So you are the very basis, abode, the seat for entire Jagat. Means till Mukti. So you are the Adhisthana for the Jagat. And what is it Jagat? Kalpita Jagat, Adhyasta Jagat. The Jagat which is imagined to be there, which is falsely attributed to Atma, which is falsely superimposed on Atma. There. Further, Agadha buddhihi akshubdhaha. Agadha. So agadha buddhihi. So you are agadha. Agadha means limitless, aparichinna. Atala sparsha. See, ocean is said to be agadha. Means the bottom of the ocean is very deep as such. So that like that. Atala sparsha. So atala sparsha, because buddhi is there. So you are the one who is what is called as fathomless. It's called what is called as fathomless or aparichinna, the limitless. What is that? Buddhi. What is this buddhi? This is not intellect here. Here buddhi, very bodha, swarupa chaitanya. So buddhi here is swarupa chaitanya. So therefore you are the fathomless, the limitless, the swarupa chaitanya, the pure awareness principle, the pure consciousness principle. And therefore, if this is your swarupa, what should you do? Be in it. You be in your swarupa. How can you be in your swarupa? It's everywhere, is it not? No, that is true. It is everywhere, and you are in it. That is in you. But where is your mind? It is not cognizing that you are swarupa. Your mind is preoccupied in the bahya and antara vishayas because of identification with the external things, including the body, and also internal things as sukha, dukkha, etc. No. It should not be that way. So your mind should be totally centered, absorbed in your swarupa, which is nothing but chiti, chaitanya, and chaitanya alone. And therefore, ataha, again akshubdha is there. So you are the one who is akshubdha. After agadha buddhi, there is also another description of Atma Swarupa as akshubdha. Akshubdha means free from kshobha, free from agitation, free from anguish, etc. Who created this? Avidya. So therefore, you are free from avidya krita kshobha. So you are free from all the kshobha, all the agitations, all the sorrows, all the limitations that are caused by avidya. This is your vastutaha swarupa. This is your true nature. So therefore what you do? Ataha, to be added there. Ataha chinmatra vasanaha bhava. You please become chinmatra vasanaha. So the one who is chinmatra nishthaha, the one who is totally abiding in, the one who is totally steadfast in Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, Chinmatra, Chit and Chit alone, Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone, free from all Kriyas. So that is being Kriya Rahitaha, Kriya Matrita. Now you are full of Kriya. Do this, do that, etc. and all those things. Free from all Kriyas, free from karma, totally be steadfast or abide in Chinmatra only. That is Chinmatra Nishthaha Bhava. So get your mind absorbed in the Chaitanya and Chaitanya Swarupa alone, which is your true nature. Here we can see to some extent how to become this Chinmatra Vasanaha. Vidyaranya Muni in Jivan Mukti Viveka gives step by step as to what needs to be done to develop this Chinmatra Vasanas, so that one can become Chinmatra Vasanaha, Chinmatra Nishthaha. For that, he starts like this. Vasanas, the samskaras, which make us take the embodiment, etc., as I, and the Jagat as real, this is this, that is that, etc. These samskaras are two types, Malina Vasanas and Shuddha Vasanas. Malina Vasanas or impure Vasanas are binding in nature. So binding in nature. Therefore, they need to be destroyed. Malina Vasanas need to be terminated. How can it be done? The method is by developing the Shuddha Vasana. You develop the Shuddha Vasanas whereby you destroy the Malina Vasanas. Then, of course, you may do that, but yet you have to deal with the world. You have to have the Vyavahara dealing with the world, for which you may have to do many things in the world. Generally what happens when we do many things, we get afflicted or we get preoccupied or carried away by the perfection and deficiencies in what we have done. So therefore, so long as for a mumukshu the Vyavahara with the Jagat is inevitable, he should see that he gets insulated by such adverse, that is, reactions in terms of perfection or deficiency. So therefore what should be done? One has to disregard the Sakalya. Sakalya is perfection. Vaikalya, deficiency in one's activities. So deficiency. Thereafterwards, the activities like sleep. Sleep means activity in the sense sleep. Sleep, with excessive sleep, has to be controlled. So excessive sleep has to be controlled. Not that one should not sleep at all. So yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnava bodhasya, Bhagavad Gita says, everything must be moderate. Eating, walking, sleeping, keeping awake, all must be yukta, moderate only. Not if one doesn't sleep at all, one cannot take to sadhana. But at the same time, excessive sleep is a stupor, is a hindrance to the sadhana. So therefore, things like sleep and also drowsiness have to be controlled. Manorajya, the fancying of the mind, the building the castles in the mind, that has to be stopped with due effort. With such preparation, one has to disregard the Jada Drishya from this Jagat, which is combination of Chit and Jada. See, this Jagat is the combination of Chaitanya and Jada Drishya. So therefore, our mind is totally preoccupied in this Jagat. Actually, we get carried away by the Jada things only. We totally disregard the Chit aspect, the Swaprakasha, Chaitanya aspect in the Jagat. So now what is to be done? This Jada Drishya Jagat has to be disregarded. So, and the mind has to be made to dwell where on Chit, Swaprakasha, Chaitanya only. Disregarding the Jada Drishya from the Chit Jada Jagat, the mind has to be made to dwell on Chit, the Swaprakasha, Chaitanya only, so that it can get absorbed in the Chit Swarupa Atma to the exclusion of the Jada Drishya Jagat. To the exclusion of Jada Drishya Jagat. In this manner, making the mind be absorbed in the Chit and Chit alone is to become Chinmatra vasana. For this, due efforts are necessary. At the final stage, even the efforts to make the mind abide in chinmatra vasanas also need to be dropped. Of course, this is possible by sufficient practice for a very long period wherein the mind is made to get absorbed in Chit Swarupa only. So even those efforts have to be dropped so that the mind gets totally absorbed in the Chit Swarupa only. It becomes steadfast in the appreciation of Chit Swarupa only. What is there is only Chaitanya and Chaitanya alone. This is what is said as Chinmatra Vasanaha Bhava. So you become the one who is Chinmatra Vasanaha. In the next 3 stanzas, whatever Upadesha that was given so far is being summarized. It is being now summarized. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्ताम् न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः लोकामहीयस्तु नित्यम् लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षतु पर्जन्यः पृथिवी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभरहितः ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः ॐ सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते